Today we've got two games for you. First up, a game in the Premier League which we must win. We've dropped down to third place in the Premier League, so a win today, even though the other teams are playing, means that we need to win to keep it up. So that when we use up our games in hand, they make a maximum profit. We've also got a mountain to climb in Munich. And a very warm welcome to episode 68 of Making Chelsea Stand Proud. My name's Mark, and on today's episode, as we mentioned in the preamble, we have for you two games. First up in the Premier League against Burnley, who are at the bottom of the Premier League, and that is followed by a second leg game in Munich against Bayern Munich. And the last two times we've played Bayern Munich at the Munich Stadium in Munich, we've lost. So it doesn't bode well, does it? Since you were last with us, nothing has happened. Last episode, we had that 3-1 loss to Liverpool. Ben Chilwell getting a consolation goal in that one. But Bayern Munich, a 2-2 draw. Kai Havertz after 56. Matthias Tell, 2 minutes into injury time at the end of the game, managed to claw it back for us and make it all level going into the away leg. And we can just hope of hopes that we might be able to pull something out of the bag. I've got my fingers crossed, my toes crossed and everything else crossed, just hoping that we can do something there. Before that, though, we have a game against Burnley in the Premier League. You see Arsenal and Tottenham, the London derby kicking things off early. That's followed by Blackburn and Aston Villa, Chelsea and Burnley, Everton and Southampton, then a 5:30 kickoff, Brentford and Middlesbrough, followed by Manchester City and Liverpool. Talking about Manchester City, they've knocked us down in the third place, but we do have two games in hand over them, so if we were to win those two games, we would be 5 points clear of them in second place. But having said that, depending on what Liverpool do, of course, whether we'd be equal with the Liverpool or we'd be in second place sat behind Liverpool, I really don't know. But we need Liverpool. We need to keep motoring on now, and we need Liverpool to stumble somewhere along stumble somewhere along the line, albeit their form is pretty good. They've won their last 5 matches on the trot. We've actually lost 2 of our last 5 matches, winning the other 3, and Manchester City losing just 1, and that's why they've crept up on us. 10 points clear and 2 games in hand clear of Manchester United in 4th, so I don't think they're going to bother this, as I've said for a long while. It is a 3-horse race at the top of the table. Medical Centre, we have an injury to Mason Mount. He's only out for a couple more days, should be back for the Champions League quarter-final second leg, possibly. It depends how fit he is, because I think that's only 2 or 3 days away as well, so it might be a bit pushing it to get him back fit and all the rest of it. He'd probably be on the bench and come on if we need him in that match for sure. As I said, Burnley is first up in the episode, a Premier League game which we must win really. Played them only once in this series so far. That was a 3-0 win back in November last year in the Premier League. 3-0 win at Turf Moor. So something very much of the same ilk today would go down rather well, I do think. What else is there to tell you? I'm not sure there is a great deal else to tell you, to be fair. No. There's nothing happening transfer-wise because we're not in a transfer window or anything as such. All that we can do then really is get on with the episode, I think, and get into the games. Exciting games at that. 3 points to start off with would be very good against Burnley, and then we'll see what we can do against Bayern Munich in the away leg on of the Champions League quarter-final. And, of course, that also at the football arena Munich is also where the final is this year. Right, without any more to do, let's have a look at the team that will face Burnley in this Premier League match. And the team to face Burnley. But before we have a look at that team, we have a bit of team news for you. The suspension to Ben Chilwell for getting sent off against Liverpool has been extended by a further 2 games because of the tackle. It was a 1-match ban, of this game being the match ban. But he will miss the next 2 games as well. So he'll miss, not only will he miss the Tottenham game, he'll also miss the Nottingham Forest game in the FA Cup, which means we won't see him in the next episode either. Can play in the Champions League. So that is in itself good news, because I've discovered we are struggling for a wing back on the left side. It is causing us a big, or will cause us a big problem. We're all right as long as Cucurella stays reasonably fit. If he doesn't stay fit, we could be in trouble. So it's something we have to bear in mind. The team then that will face Burnley for this Premier League match is Carnesecchi in goal, Cucurella, Koulibaly, Timber, James is our defensive line, Rice and Kante in central midfield, Koeman, Havertz, who is deputising for Mason Mount. He could play him today, but we're not going to. We leave him out of the side today, which is good news, because I think it does mean that he should be back in time for the Champions League game. Rodrigo out on the right-hand side. Matthias Tel leads the attack up front. On the bench, it's Mendy, Fofana, Garcia, Fernandes, Otavio, Kovacic, Sterling, Barbosa and Milinkovic-Savic. And this is how the two sides face up. Chris Hughton is manager at Burnley. In goal then, Muric, Tyler, Perez, Dickey and Kraft. Hadamesevic and Cullen are the defensive midfielders, where Kirklinov, Lavage, Teller are the attacking midfield. Weghorst is leading the attack up front. Peacock, Farrell, Ballo, Toure, Cork, Twine, O'Brien, McNally, Vinto, Arayo and Sheridan all on the bench. First highlight, 13 minutes in, and Cucurella with a throw in, and Koeman passing it back to him, and the nice interplay there. Back to Koulibaly. Rice finds Timber. Kante to Yoran Timber. James, Timber, Koulibaly, Rice. Out to Cucurella. Cucurella over the top looking for Koeman. Koeman into the area, cross it in. I think it was Havertz had a shot. Cucurella again. It's gone over the top. It's got a deflection. It's a corner. James with an in-swinger then. Swings it in looking for somebody. Didn't find him. Havertz with a free kick. Oh, just over the top. James with a throw-in on this near side. Kante. Highlights coming reasonably thick and fast. Kante into the area. Pulls it back for Rice. Havertz! He took his time. A question whether he's offside there. I don't think he was. I think somebody was playing him on. Oh, he was offside. But it shows you what I know, really. Would have been his 27th goal of the season. He's off. Oh, that was questionable, surely. Another corner. James with an in-swinger. Still not finding anybody. Koulibaly, Timber, Rice. Rice is tackled. Oh, that's just gone over. Burnley now with a free kick, but straight into the arms of Carnesecchi. Highlight is continuing. And he rolls it out to Timber. James finds Rodrigo. Havertz finds Koeman. Tucks it nicely to Rice. Rice into the area. Cross it in. Matthias Tel. It's got a deflection. It was on target, I think. But got a deflection. James this time with an outswinger. And bobbling around in our area. Cleared upfield. Koeman. comes inside. Nice play by Koeman, all on his own. And it's got a deflection again. It's come back off the crossbar and cleared. And Burnley with a throw-in on that far side. Ball comes forward. And Cucurella pulls it down. Kante looking for Rodrigo! And I'm not sure if that come off his head. A question of offside again. Oh, dear. And it is disallowed for the second time. Twice we've had it in the net. Twice it's been disallowed. He is slightly offside there. Granted. It was a lovely cushioned header, though. And half-time arrives. No more highlights. We've been dominant in that first half. The only thing that we haven't put right is actually put the ball in the net. Well, we have twice, but I haven't put it in the net. That's counted. 12 shots, 1 on target, even though we got 2 in the back of the net. 1.66 and 73% of the possession. Burnley had 3 shots, 1 on target, 0.11, 27% of the possession. We need to turn possession into goals or shots on target, which ultimately would get us goals. We need to bet a second half and not so many offsides. And with 70 minutes on the clock, we've made 3 changes. 2 players coming off because they're not performing particularly well. Matthias Tell is not having a good day up front. Havertz has moved into his slot. Kovacic comes on to replace Havertz in the attacking playmaker role, just to see if Havertz can get that ball in the back of the net. Rodrigo coming off. On the right-hand side, Barbosa coming on for him, and Kingsley Koeman coming off on the left. And we've brought on Raheem Sterling. So that's a change to the attacking midfield right across, really. And at the moment, we'll leave it at that, albeit Yaron Timber is tired. So I'm thinking perhaps it's a time for Wesley Fofana to come on. We'll bring Wesley Fofana on for Yaron Timber. 1 change still left to make. And with nearly 81 minutes on the clock, we've had no highlights in this second half, which is a bit disconcerting. We've made our final change. We have brought on Enzo Fernandez and taken off Declan Rice in that deep-lying playmaker role. We are looking to see if we can make our way through. We were on attacking. We've now gone back to attacking. We desperately need a 0-0 isn't the end of the world, but it's not the result we want, and certainly not against the side at the bottom of the Premier League. And we do have a first highlight. Koulibaly with 82 minutes on clock. Sterling, but it was cut out. James! Oh, Havertz headed that onto the crossbar, and Muric. And a question of a penalty here, I think. And a penalty has been awarded. Didn't see what happened, but it doesn't matter. If we can convert this, who's going to take it? It's Barbosa. Puts it away. And it's the 10th goal of the season. Probably no more than we deserve, but I'd have preferred it not from the penalty spot, to be fair. Barbosa putting that away. I want to go back and actually find out what happened because I'm none the wiser. We might see it from here. Kante, the ball through to Sterling. Vinto clears it. James, Havertz, comes back off the crossbar. And Perez fells Kovacic. That's what caused it. And that was the penalty shout. And Fofana to Kovacic. James. Are we going to get a goal from open play? James. It's Perez cuts it out. Fires that one forward. Fofana is there. Kante crosses it for Sterling. And there we are. 9th goal of the season for Raheem Sterling coming on as a substitute. 2-0. Making it look a little bit better. Fofana getting under that one. Fernandez, Kante over the top into the path of Sterling. Sterling hits it on the volley. And it's all over here at Stamford Bridge. A 2-0 win in the end against Burnley. It was a lot of hard work. Goals from Barbosa off the penalty spot in 83 minutes. Raheem Sterling making it 2-0. after 90 minutes. It wasn't the best of days. We had a number of players not playing to their full potential, but good to see the substitutes actually doing well once they come on, and a lovely cameo, good performance from Kante in that midfield. He had a player of the match day, made 1 assist, 3 clear-cut chances and 5 key passes. He's done very well today, has Kante, as he normally does, marshalling that midfield. 23 shots then, 6 on target, 3.89. 70% of the possession. We should have had more goals, really. They had 3 shots, 1 on target, pretty much as they were at half-time. I think 30% of the possession. They didn't do anything in the second half, and we have got that win. Let's have a look and see how that affects the table. And you come back, all the games have been played today, and one of the results has gone in our favour. The other hasn't. Well, it's all the same, really, because Manchester City were playing Liverpool. A draw would have been probably beneficial to us, but as it is, Liverpool have beaten Manchester United, which means that they've opened a 6-point gap up on us, given the fact that we've only got 1 game in hand over them. And that means that even if we were to win that game in hand, we couldn't catch them. We need them to stumble, otherwise they're looking like the Premier League champions. But Manchester City now 2 points behind us, and we have 2 games in hand. So if we can win those 2 games in hand, we would be... we would be on 75 points. They would be on 67, a gap of 8 points over Manchester City. So that's what we do. Everton moving up into 4th place after their win, 3-1 win against Southampton. And they are in 4th, but Manchester United do have a game in hand over them. So that's how it's all ended. The London derby ending in a 1-1 draw. So that's what's happened there. That's the results today. I'm not sure. Let's go back to that screen. If we choose this screen and then choose, there are Sunday games. So that could change the complexion a little bit. Won't change the top 3, but it could change the complexion just a wee bit at the top there. Right. Without any more to do, let's get on with the probably the game, the big game in this episode. It's a match against Bayern Munich. As I said earlier, our record against them this series, we've played them 5 times today. It's not been terrific. Champions League group match, we lost at their place, drew at our place. In the semi-final last year, we drew at our place, lost at their place. See the pattern that's come in here? This season, in the quarter-final, we've drawn with them at home. Can we do what we haven't been able to do at the Munich Stadium so far? Can we do it today? Let's hope so. And here we are in Munich for this quarter-final, second leg, and wanting to go through to the semi-final. And we'll see who we play if we do get that far. But let's have a look and see the team then that will face them. It's Carnesecchi continuing in goal. Chilwell is back. Obviously can't play in the Premier League or the FA Cup because he's suspended, but he's back for this one. Garcia, Timber and James make up the rest of the defensive line. Declan Rice and Milenkovic-Savic are the midfield, with Koeman, Mount, who's back from injury, and he's not fully fit, but we'll try and get at least the first half out of him. Sterling out on the right-hand side. Havertz goes back up front, and then on the bench we have Kepa, Fofana, Fernandes, Barbosa, Cucurella, Kovacic, Otavio, Kante, Murray Campbell, Broja, Tell and Rodrigo. And Barbosa, I guess, must feel a little bit aggrieved because he came on and did such a good job against Burnley. Who knows, he can still play a part in this quarter-final. As we don't get a proper look at the team in the Champions League screens, I thought we should have a look at this. This is the side that we will be playing then. It's Neuer in goal, Davis, Iheanacho, Delete and Baku are the defensive line. Upamecano and Kimmich playing as the defensive midfielders. Mane, Mazulia and Nabre are the attacking midfield, with Sesko up front. They are a formidable side. Nubel, Tabsorba, Muller, Mazurai, Enrique, Lawrence, Brande, Goretzka, Gravenberch, Bordeaux and Awana and Becker all on the bench. And there we go, just confirmation of that formation with the substitutes. They make 3 changes to their previous match. They've just won the Bundesliga again for the 12th time in a row. So they are on buoyant form at the moment. Let's hope it's not the stuffing out of them, though. The ball's been picked up by the referee for this one. And Bayern Munich playing in their all-red kit. And our first highlight. And thought we were going over the top then. It seems very fast. Upamecano coming away with this ball. He's gone running in the box. But Karnasechi makes a good save. And that is the only highlight of this half. And half-time has arrived. It's 0-0 at half-time. But Bayern Munich have been in top form. They are really ramping it up. 11 shots, 4 on target, 0.90 on the XG. 60% of the possession. We've had 4 shots, 2 on target, 0.33, 40% of the possession. Need to grab more of the possession. But we're on 50% hitting the target. Just need to have a few more shots in that second half and hopefully get a goal. 1 goal, I think, could probably see us through if we can get it and keep a clean sheet. And our first highlight was just going to have a look. It looked like Sterling has picked up a knock. This ball thrown into Mane. Mane crosses it across field, but Koeman is there. Chilwell to Sergi Garcia. Savic. Nacho. And looking, this highlight continues. Kimmich. Long ball out wide to Nabre. Gonna have to be careful here, but Chilwell's there, equal to it. Rice. Garcia. Chilwell comes forward. Finds Koeman. We need to make something of this. Garcia. Timber. Savic comes forward. Sergi Savic. Can he get across? And he can. It's deep. Havertz! Oh, his 27th goal of the season. Exactly what the doctor ordered. And with 59 minutes on the clock. I was hopeful there. We go 1 up. And this is thing. They'll come at us now ferociously. Havertz. Lovely header. That ball crossed in. Savic. And having gone that goal up with 62 minutes on the clock, we've made 2 changes. As I said, Raheem Sterling had picked up a knock. So we have taken him off and brought on Gabriel Barbosa, who played so well in the last game against Burnley when he came on to find a way through. And we've brought him on again to do a job. Hopefully he can. Mason Mount, who we know is coming back from injury, tiring very, very quickly. Not doing his job in that attacking playmaker role. Havertz drops back there. Mateus Tell comes up front. Can we pull something out of the bag here? A second goal, I think, possibly could finish them off. And a throw-in on that far side. Baku, Nabre, cross in, and it's headed so far. But Mane's got it. Danger man. Davis, who caught us out in the first half. Mane's got this ball. It's bobbling around there. Havertz comes back, sorts it out. Koeman, we're on the attack again, but Koeman's gone down injured, and that's not good. Chilwell gets a block in. Koeman down, it's gone in the back of the net, and Mazulia, not what we wanted. It's 1-1 on the night, 66 minutes on the clock, and that's not good. Koeman down, he could be out for a while there. Chilwell not getting underneath that. It's come in, Mazulia was there, nobody marking him. And with 66 minutes on the clock, we've made that change for Kingsley Koeman who has picked up that injury, which is really, really annoying. And we've brought on Otavio for him. We've still got 2 substitutes that we can make, and we're going to just hang on for a little bit before we make those changes. Kimmich with a corner. It's swung in. It's come back off the crossbar. It's clear, but only as far as Davis. But Otavio is there. Matthias Tell. And with 74 minutes on the clock, we've made our final 2 changes. We have taken off Declan Rice in central midfield and brought on Kovacic. And we have replaced Reece James. I was trying to think who it was then. For Fofana. Fofana moves, of course, into central defence. Timber moves out to the right. And we are going to make one other movement here. We're actually going to change to version 1 of this formation. See if we can get a breakthrough and look into it. Mane's come off for Bayern Munich, so they are getting tired as well. Let's see if we can get a breakthrough. Barbosa is not having such a good game this time out. I'm going to change him to an inside forward on this side just to see if change it up a little bit. Otavio, we'll leave him as that. Right, let's see if we can get into the semi-final, shall we? And Fofana, ball forward, finds Barbosa. Barbosa on the ball. Sergi Gas, Timber cross it in. Oh, Matthias Tell, and it was blocked on the line. It's gone out for a corner. Oh dear. If that had gone in, Chilwell with an in-swinger. Chilwell swings it in. It's headed clear. Kovacic back into the area. It's out again. Kovacic. It's head tennis at the moment. Ball up forward. Savic. Chilwell cuts that one out, but only as far as Davis. Davis has a shot. It's gone out for a goal kick. Garcia with a free kick then. 90 minutes. We are in it's added time. Garcia. Oh, he's giving that ball away to Muller. And Varda is in. He has a shot. It's come back off the crossbar, but Kanasachi looks after it. And it has gone. It's a 3-3 draw at the end of full time. Well, 1-1 at the end of full time. 3-3 on aggregate. It's gone to extra time. They've had 23 shots, 6 on target, 2.25 on the XG, 55% of the possession. We've had 11 shots, only 3 on target. So we haven't increased our on target since the end of the first half. 1.50 on the XG. We need to up something in this second half. We do get another substitution, 45% of the possession. Can we pull it out of the bag, or is it going to penalties? Extra time then next. And before we start the first half of extra time, we have brought on Kante as our extra substitute. He's come on in place of Savic. And we hope it doesn't go to penalties because Savic is one of our penalty takers. But so be it. And that is our last change. Ben Chilwell, very, very tired out on that left-hand side. But we can't make any more changes. And we have a highlight. It's gone out wide. That ball cut out by Fofana. Kanasachi fires it forward, but it's fallen not right for us. Varna. Chilwell back to Kanasachi. Kanasachi launches it forward again. We just need a bit of luck here. Matthias Tell keeps that ball in. Can he do something with it? Matthias Tell inside to Kovacic. Kovacic calls it Otavio. Otavio. I thought he was going to have a shot then, but he didn't. And the highlight is still alive. And we need to win this ball back. They are dangerous. And they're looking for a win. And Sesko is in. He scored. It's offside, I think. Yes, it's disallowed. Thank goodness for that. Would have been his 27th goal of the season. He just, not a lot in it, but he was just beat the defender. Davis, Sesko, Otavio comes away with the ball. Barbosa. Barbosa over the top looking for Kovacic. Kovacic brings it down, curls it nicely. Goalkeeper gets a hand to it. And a corner for Bayern Munich. It's come off the woodwork. Goal kick. Throw in for Bayern Munich. First highlight of the second half of extra time. Gravenberch forward to Sesko. Enrique. He's come forward. Is this going to be the death? It is. And Thomas Müller has scored for Bayern Munich. And I think that has put us out. Oh dear. We've been in it for so long and didn't really deserve that. But I guess at the end of the day, Thomas Müller and Karnasecki should have had that. He's done so well today so far. And it's all over. We've been knocked out of the Champions League. 2-1. Oh dear, 4-3 on aggregate. And it's all turned a bit nasty when Thomas Müller scored from a corner right at the end of that match. Well, no, it wasn't. It was a corner. It was Enrique crossing the ball in and put it away. And, well, it didn't. We tried all sorts to try and get away. Matthias Tel not having a good game again. And I think that could ultimately be the difference. Havertz up front. And we just didn't find our way through. We had 17 shots, only 4 on target in the end, 2.21, 45% of the possession. They had 28 shots, absolutely pebble dashed us, 7 of which were on target, 2.84. I think we were lucky to get away with a 2-1. But it continues, draws at home, losses away, and Bayern Munich go into the semi-final. We get knocked out at an earlier round than we did last year, and the quadruple has gone out the door. And here's confirmation of the quarter-final round. Inter have beaten Arsenal by 2-0, winning 2-1 on aggregate. So all the teams that were away in the first leg have gone through basically by their home ties. Liverpool were drawing 2-2 with Manchester City before the second leg. Manchester City beating them 2-0, winning 4-2 on aggregate. Real Madrid beat RB Leipzig, who were 1 goal up after the first leg, losing 3-0 at Real Madrid and 3-1 on aggregate. And of course today we've lost 2-1, 4-3 on aggregate against Bayern Munich, which means Inter will play Manchester City and Real Madrid will play Bayern Munich in the semi-finals of the Champions League. And Bayern Munich are still on their track to win back the Champions League at their own stadium. We'll find out in a future episode whether they are able to do it or not. Disappointing then end to this particular episode. We're going to come back for Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup semi-final. Our second chance of silverware this year. Of course, trying to retain the FA Cup that we won last year, and we need to then push on to win the Premier League and at least win 3. A triple in our final season here at Chelsea would go down rather splendidly, but we do need to win the majority of these games that we've got left to play, including the game in the next episode, which is an away local derby against Tottenham. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of this particular series and our other series, of course, To Be a Legend, which is continuing on alternate days. New series as well as they are released, and a new series will follow this as it comes to its conclusion. We're going to do a European thing or something. I'm not sure, to be honest, at the moment. New episodes of Making Chelsea Stand Proud, currently released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15. And if you want to keep up to date what's happening, the best way of doing it is to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideFM. It's below here. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It will be episode 68. It's out on Tuesday. Until then, have yourself a restful weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.